What's up, my Halo Mega Bloks family? Shirkan here with an update to the ZULU Project. So for those who didn't know, I'm kind of loosely basing this mock on Halo Wars 2. So of course I had to get the 3 Spartans in Halo Wars 2. And now let's kind of go over some of the changes that I've done so far to the mock. First of all, let's take a look at the supports up front. And these supports are a little more squared off than the others. The other ones were totally round. And it's just a preference of aesthetics. So I just kind of like the look of this better in the front. You see I still have the round ones in the back. And I finished those off. So with these 4 sets of supports, they will be able to support the landing pad for the vulture that I will put up there at the end. Also, you'll be able to tell that the railing has changed. I've gone from the yellow to the dark gray. And I'll explain more on that in a minute. The front part of this balcony used to stick out a lot more. But when I put the supports on, they were so heavy that they actually cracked the floor in the middle and made the entire level break in half and fall and crash. So I just recently built all that back like it was. So I didn't get nearly as much done as I planned to, just because I had to do a lot of rebuilding what was already done before. These are lights from the fire base that Mega Brands built. And I plan on running LED lights up underneath there to use them as actual lights. And for those who paid attention, last time the accent color here and here was not there. I totally forgot it. So I had to tear the wall all the way down to that point, put that in and rebuild that. Speaking of tearing down on the wall, the doorway is totally different now. The angle was there before at the top, but at the bottom it was just basically one stud angle when it came straight down to one spot. And I didn't really like that, so to kind of give it a more symmetrical look and be balanced, I changed the color to the accent color all the way around the dark gray, and then let it angle the same amount top and bottom. And I think it looks a lot better. Also, there were a couple of these accent pieces that were slightly off, one stud here and there, and I just tore the entire wall all the way down, redid the doorway, and then redid those bricks to make sure they were right. Now I have the railgun on this side and the turret over here that they did for Mega Brand's Firebase. And then I just build a support for it on each one of these. And if you can remember, this wall is now a lot longer, not just a lot taller. I've added about 1,700 pieces to the wall to actually finish it off on this height, on this side, and then to finish it off on this side as well. But this actual wall is a lot longer, and that's because the cryo and armor bays were not really centered in the middle of it. And so to center it, I had to expand it. Let's go take a look on the other side. So you can see now that there's a lot of room on either side of the cryo bays, where before it was really close to the wall. So I ended up expanding it across 3 plates and then running it straight back. Also, I did the start of an elevator, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it or not. But if I do, it'll go all the way up to the top where this wall is and the ceiling will be. And then I'd have it continue down on this side at the bottom and then on top of the next floor. The supports have changed. Last time there was only 3, but the third one actually slightly blocked the doorway for anything big to come out. So when I expanded, that also gave it more room, which made more sense. Rhino tank was not going to get past it. A Scorpion tank wasn't going to get past it. So this actually makes it look better. And so I have 4 supports, and then to make sure I had enough support, I put a support in the back on each side. As you can tell, I don't have any of this nailed down all the way, or fastened all the way down, I should say. And that's because I still plan on running wires for lights. And as you can see in this hallway, all you can see is the end of the hallway. You wouldn't be able to see anything inside. And so I plan on having lights in the ceiling. And since I'll have to take part of the floor apart to do it, I figured there's no need to actually secure everything down until I get to that point. And here's the yellow railings. The gray ones, there were not enough of them to continue once I spread the floor. Made the room wider and longer. So I did have more of the yellow, so I just switched them out. And really, the gray looks good in the front, and this yellow looks great because it actually matches the railing that goes down for the stairs. Now up top, this floor is where will be the barracks and probably the mess hall. Right now, this is just the bones of it. But you can see I'll have a big window that'll view out over the armor bay and cryo bay. And I will put a couple of rooms in for the barracks. And on this side, where the stairwell is, it matches up just perfectly to come across and come out on this level. Now I left this part of the floor up so that you could see just how easy it'll be for me to put lights in. And because I did 4x4 plates, I can just keep popping these up, going down in a row to where I want the lights underneath. And the lights will just fit in between the bricks and the studs. And so the wires will run in between, and then the lights will come out on the other side underneath. So that way I can have lights up underneath here. And I will do the same thing for the floor that goes over the top of the barracks, so I can have lights in the barracks area. And I'll probably do that on each floor. One of the things that I did figure out by deciding that I was going to make this a Halo Wars 2 style mock is that I'm going to have to pull out the mantises, because there are no mantises in Halo Wars 2, just Cyclopses. Also, all the Spartans will have to go, except for the main 3. And of course, these Marines, with my favorite Marine up front, since he's no longer around, they will have to go as well. But the reality is, I love Atriox. And I love the Banished. I think they look really cool. And I think Mega did a great job in doing these. So, with this number of the blind bag that I have, 11, I believe, or actually 13. And I still have some blind bags left to open. And then I've already opened 2 sets of the 2-packs. And I have 5 more 2-packs waiting to be opened. I just happen to like them a lot. And so the only way I was going to be able to make that all work, continuity-wise, is to go with just 3 Spartans, and the rest of those just the Halo Wars 2 Marines. So I've got some of the Hellbringers. And I'm picking up all the Marines that I can. So hopefully, most of what I will use will match up with the game. So that's it for this update on the project. And until next time, this is Shere Khan wishing you happy building.